what you might hope for if you had some sense and you were aiming upward and in regard to what was best for you and for everyone else, was that you would conduct yourself in a manner that so that people would admire what you're doing genuinely and regard you as a person that might be relied on in times of trouble and who could serve as a source of accurate counsel when the storms come and the seas get rough. And is it the adventurous sort who turns into that sort of person? Well, that's the proclamation of the Abrahamic story. And so that's pretty good too, because people are certainly motivated, perhaps above all else, to attain a certain status, and that can be gamed, and it is gamed by the psychopathic and the power mad, but there's an element of it that's a beneficial ambition, because why wouldn't you want to conduct yourself, for example, so that your children and your wife admires you and so that you're a beacon to the community if you had the choice? And obviously you'd have to make the sacrifices necessary to do that, but the payoff would be, well, you'd be a blessing to yourself and your name would become known validly to your community. So hooray! And you think, well, that's a pretty good deal and worth taking a risk for. And that's not all. Then God tells Abraham, if you do this forthrightly and wholeheartedly, and you bring your best to the table, which is what Abel does in the story of Cain and Abel, by the way, if you make the offerings that only you can make in the best possible way, and you go voluntarily on this adventure, you will establish something of lasting permanence that will echo down the generations. And that's why Abraham becomes the father of nations. And that's because the pattern of adventurous movement forward that he embodies is the best possible pattern for fatherhood. And if you manage that, to find a wife and to have children, but to establish in their psyches and in their behavior this pattern of faithful and courageous adventuring, then that success will cascade down the generations and multiply. And so that's a good deal.